Okay, so greetings viewers, you're welcome back to another episode of Youngvirus Official. Today we'll be learning how to solve pie chart questions. With pie chart questions, when you're being given a question like this, all you have to do first is to first read the question very carefully. And I read, says the table below shows how a manager spends his annual salary. That means someone has been paid at the end of the year and how the person spent his money throughout the year. So we are being told that he spent 30% on food, 15% on rent, 8% on his child, 20% on his car, 12% for saving, 5% for taxes, and others was also 10%. That means others that they couldn't tell. The question first tells us to 1. Represent this information on a pie chart. So we are being told to what? Represent this information here. The information I'm given in a table should represent it on a pie chart. That is basically our topic for today. So since neat work also carries some marks, we'll be using our compass over here. Let me fix my pencil in it. Okay. So you fix your pencil carefully in it. Yes. So you draw your circle. My compass has not been fixed well, so all I have to do is just draw a circle. You have to clean the double lines because of make it look a nice circle. Always remember to caution, use a small pencil. It's because of the big pencil I use, that's how come my circle doesn't really look nice. Now, you have to split this circle into the number of or the activities the person used his salary for. So count with me. So you have food being the first one, rent being the second one, child being the third one, car being the fourth one, savings fifth, taxes sixth, other 7. That means we have to divide this our circle or our pie chart here into 7 parts. We also should take note that we have to calculate all the percentage to know the total sum of the percentage. We all know that when here percentage it's over 100. That means if you have to add all this, we have to get what? 100. Let's try that one and see. So we have 30 plus 15 plus 8 plus 2 plus 12 plus 5 plus 10 is equal to, okay, let's see. 30 plus 15, we all know is 45. 45 plus 8, that is 53. 53 plus 2, 55. 55 plus 12, that is 67. 67. Okay, so I left the 20 out. So it's 20. So 57 plus what am I doing? 55 plus 5 is giving us what? 70. So 70 plus 10 is 80. 80 plus 20 is giving us 100. That means yes, of course. So the circle, you have to split this circle into 7 parts. So without wasting much time, I just want to use a free sketch. So let's imagine this is our first one for the food, 30%. Then our second one for the rent. So food, rent. Our rent is what? 15%. Then child. We have 8%. Then we have our car being what? 20%. Then our savings being 12%. Then our tax here, so 5% for our tax, for his taxes. Then the others, that's the remaining one. Others having what? 10. That means being like that, since they are all in what? Percentages. If you have to add all, you have to get 100%, because a percentage sum up to what? 100. Okay, so let's move on. So we are done with the first question. So we should illustrate this information given here as this information here on a pie chart. So that is what we just did. So if you're able to do only this in an exams, you can go with at least 8 scores for just drawing this. Okay, so let's move on to the second question, which is the B. Now with the B, let's read. It says, if he contributes 4,000 on his child, 4,000 on his child, but per the question they gave us that the percentage of his child is what? 8%. So they didn't even tell us the amount of money he has. Okay, but they are telling us now that the amount of money he spent on his child is what? 4,000. So we should find his annual salary. Okay, to find the percentage of something, we know that you should know the number you are being found. Okay, so let's say our number is x over 100, because x over 100, because every percentage over 100 times the actual amount you have to look for, which is when we don't know, so it's y is equal to z, then that means we solve from it. But here z is now equal to what? 4,000, and our x is equal to, it's over here, x for the child is 8%, so 8%. In that case, we have to solve for y. Since we know z and we know x, we have to solve for y. Okay, so solving for y, let's fix the values of z and x into the equation here. So we know x being 8 over 100 times y is equal to z, which our z happens to be 4,000. In that case, let's make y the subject, but we have to solve first. In a fraction, when they are multiplying, you know every number is over 1, so top, down. So 8 times y is giving us 8y over 100 times 1 is also giving us 100 is equal to what? 4,000. Since every number is over 1, we cross multiply from here. So 8y times 1 is equal to 4,000 times 100. So 8y times 1, we are going to get 8y is equal to 'kay, so these two zeros adds to this. That means 4,000 times 100 is giving you, we know our ones, our tens, our hundreds, our tens of, sorry, our ones, our tens, our hundreds, our thousands, our tens of thousands. That means 40,000. So we are now to find the value of y. Okay, so there's 400,000. So we are finding the value for y. You have to divide both sides by 8. Yes, making y the subject. We don't want the coefficient of y, but we only want y as the subject. So dividing both sides by 8, we have y being equal to 8 goes to itself 1, goes to 40 here. 8 times what is even giving us 40? 8, 5, 40. So 5. So we end up getting 50,000 as our answer. So that means the man's annual salary is equal to 50,000. So therefore, his annual salary is, because we have to bring our CD sign since we are dealing with money, 50,000. See this, so 0.00. So that brings us to the end of the question 2A. So let's move on to the question 2B. So 2B, which states that the amount spent on food. Since we now know his actual salary, now let's calculate in percentage for the amount of food. So as usual, I use the formula over there. So we say it's x% over 100 times y is equal to z, which our x% here was 8%. Bringing the same question here. Now we know our y to be what? 50,000. And our x% is now being given here for the food, which is 30%. 30%. So 30 over 100 times our y, which is 50,000, will give us the value for what? Food, or the amount of food. So it's equal to food. Therefore, 30 times 50123 over 100. Basically, since they're dividing, this 0 will definitely move with this 0. This 0 moves with this 0. Since every number over 1, this can also be written as 30 times 500. That means 30 times 500. We all know this is equal to what? The food, since we are looking for food. So the rate times 5 is 15. So food is then equal to 15, then 0, 1, 2, 3. So therefore, the amount spent on food is $15,000. Okay, so just a quick recap for those who are not able to join from the start. So we've been given a pie chart question like this. So what you have to do is first read the question very carefully. So the question, and I read, says the table below shows how a manager spent his annual salary. So this is how the manager spent his annual salary over here. So the first question is, we represent this table on a pie chart. Yeah, so there's a pie chart. You draw a circle, you split the circle into the number of whatever the person used the money for. Then you divide the circle into it. That's the first question. Representing the table here on the pie chart carries marks. Now move to the second question. Now the second question, we've been given the amount the man spent on his child, which is 4,000, but they didn't even tell us the total amount of money. So now here we have to solve for the total amount of money, which is here. The amount the person spent on his child is 4,000. This is our x, and they gave us the percentage of money. So the percentage out of his money, he took 8% of it to cater for his child. So if they are telling us 8% is 4,000, then what is his total amount of money? So we have to calculate for that. Calculating for that, we made y, we cross-multiplied, made y the subject, and we got to know that the man's actual amount, or the man's annual salary, is 50,000. Then from then we're asked to solve for the amount he spent on what? Food. Same way as we solve for the amount spent on food, we can use the same way to solve for the amount spent on the rest of the other things, because they are in percentage. Let's try solving for others. So others will be equal to 10 over 100 times 50,000. Since 50,000 is the amount of his annual salary. So this 0 is going with this 0. This 0 also be going with this 0. So others will now leave us to what? 5,000. Yes. That means the amount he spent on others, that's the 10% of his 50,000 is what? 5,000. And that is correct. So basically this brings us to the end of our topic for today, which is pie charts. Stay tuned. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video for more of this. And also, if you have any questions you would like me to solve, you can leave the questions under and I'll solve and give it to you. Thank you.